Good early morning or late morning for everybody. Happy Wisdom Wednesday. It's Coach John Smeh here coming to you live from beautiful Puertoescondido. This morning I plugged into this guy, which I brought down with me when we moved from Canada. And it's the first time I pulled it out in about a year. And I guess the reason why I didn't pull it out in the last year was I was nervous or afraid on what it was going to tell me, right? So I'm happy to say that my blood pressure is down about 10% from what it used to be when I was living back in Canada. And in the past, it was very high or pretty high. And the reason being is that I believe there's some pre-genetic disposition. My dad, who had heart disease and heart disease and passed away from heart disease at 75, he's an example or a genetic sort of imprint of what potentially I am battling against moving forward. And so a lot of us have this in our genetic history. And so it makes us nervous. So it's something that's, as you start to age, is always in the back of your mind. So my PSA for today is just that you always need to be an advocate for your own health care, biohack your own health. And so now sitting at 10% lower than what I used to be, that's not where I want to still be. I want to continue to move forward into being healthier and getting that blood pressure number lower and lower each and every year if I can, right? So the 5 things I'm going to recommend that you try that I am doing right now to help combat this is working out. So I feel like you know that as we age, our muscles start to diminish, our hormones start to decrease. And all I'm suggesting is by working out, we're trying to maintain, protect, and preserve muscle. And doing some HIIT training also will help keep sort of those cardio passageways open for us. So it is so important to do that. And I know it's one of those things that I would say 90% of the people do not like doing, but it is the biggest investment I think you can make in yourself moving forward. Number 2 is limit the 3 Ps. The 3 Ps are packaged, processed, and preserved foods. I know it's also very challenging to do because all of those things taste so good to us. But it doesn't need to be perfect. You just need to limit and create the moderation, right? So always prioritize your protein, always prioritize your vegetables, and then if you have time for something that's packaged or processed after that, after you're full, then go ahead. But don't beat yourself up if you do eat it and put yourself in a worse state of stress. Intermittent fasting, right? So intermittent fasting is a huge component in my life whereby I know it gives me the opportunity for gut and digestive rest. And when I have that gut and digestive rest, my body has the capacity now to heal on a larger scale, to repair on a larger scale. And so that's super important. I don't want to have 100 metabolic functions going at once. I would love to have only my body operating at 10 or 20% of its metabolic functions so that there is some repair and recovery. And in there, I'm also going to add that my sleep is better. So this is kind of like a part 3 to that, is that make sure that you're getting enough sleep. A lot of people used to talk back a decade ago about, oh, I'm bulletproof. I only need 4 hours of sleep. Well, the science shows if you're only getting 4 hours of sleep, you are putting yourself in the grave, probably, or potentially putting yourself in the grave a lot quicker. Limit your alcohol. This is also a macronutrient. It can be considered a macronutrient, but it gives you zero. It gives you nothing. It gives you no beneficial calories, right? So a glass of wine with your dinner is okay. 5 glasses of wine each and every night are not good. And so I know I do better in certain circumstances with less company when it comes to alcohol. So always try and figure out your schedule where you're going to be limiting those nights where you are out every night dining or out with people. And then reduce your stress. For me, the biggest part of reducing my stress has been changing my state. And changing my state has to be with changing my location. So I believe that my reduction in my blood pressure has probably been a result of being in an environment that I know for a fact is less stressful, right? The mentality and the mindset of the locals in this area are a lot different, and the values are a lot different than what we typically are being brought up with in North America. And then I have number 6, a pro tip, is by advocating for yourself, always dig into science and research. So I drink these guys daily, right? Because I know they help me negotiate my day. They help negotiate my cravings, and then they also help negotiate any metabolic swings that happen if I do consume sugar or carbs. So that's one thing I do. And then I just keep digging into all natural ways of trying to age well. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm looking for other options to aging well, and I'm advocating for myself. The bottom line, that's it. I want to get to a point in my life. We have a person in our community that speaks to us all the time, Dr. Ken Ford, and he gives us an analogy on what it is like to age well, and it goes like this. Happy, 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 dead, right? I want to live as best I can till the end of my life, and when it's my time to go, that I go quickly and I'm not in a period of pain and suffering. So that's what I would love. I'm not a doctor, guys, so you need to always check in with your family physician before you start any diet, fitness, or program. And but I'm always going to be biohacking my health, and I'm telling you all to do the same for yourself. Google what you think is going to be your health issues, and at least get some other opinions. Read up on people who have the finances or have done the research, or are, as you can see, setting an example and combating and leading a better life. And see what it is and ask what it is that they're doing to extend their health and happiness in the future. So with that, I am now going to be checking my blood pressure probably every couple of weeks. I'm starting a new protocol, adding a new protocol into my nutrition and testing to see what it looks like over the next 6, 8, 12 weeks. And I will keep you guys informed. With that, have an amazing day. Any questions, DM me. Cheers.